When 7 young men from South Korea conquered the world, it wasn't just talent that got them there. Behind BTS's global phenomenon stands Kim Namjoon, better known as RM, whose leadership philosophy has redefined what it means to guide a group to unprecedented heights. At 29, RM carries the weight of being the voice, translator, and philosophical anchor for the biggest boy band on earth. But his leadership style breaks every traditional mold of what we expect from K-pop group leaders. Most K-pop leaders rule through hierarchy and strict discipline. RM leads through vulnerability, intellectual curiosity, and genuine care for each member's individual growth. This approach hasn't just created hit songs, it's built a brotherhood that survived the pressures of global stardom. The foundation of RM's leadership philosophy rests on 3 pillars: authentic self-expression, collective growth, and emotional intelligence. These aren't corporate buzzwords for him, they're lived principles that shape every decision BTS makes as a group. From the beginning, RM understood that 7 different personalities couldn't be forced into identical boxes. While other groups demanded conformity, he encouraged each member to develop their unique voice. Jin's dad jokes, Suga's raw honesty, J-Hope's infectious optimism, Jimin's emotional depth, V's artistic vision, and Jungkook's competitive spirit weren't obstacles to manage, they were strengths to cultivate. This philosophy showed up in their music from day one. Instead of generic love songs, BTS tackled mental health, social pressure, and generational trauma. RM didn't just allow these heavy topics, he actively encouraged members to share their personal struggles through lyrics and performances. The 2018 UN speech wasn't just a career milestone, it was the perfect example of RM's leadership in action. Standing before world leaders, he didn't promote BTS's latest album. Instead, he spoke about self-acceptance, youth empowerment, and the importance of finding your own voice. That speech reached millions of young people who felt invisible, giving them permission to love themselves exactly as they are. What makes RM's leadership revolutionary is his willingness to show weakness publicly. During award speeches, interviews, and social media posts, he regularly admits mistakes, shares insecurities, and talks about learning from failures. This vulnerability creates psychological safety that allows other members to take creative risks without fear of judgment. When Suga struggled with depression and anxiety, RM didn't hide it or minimize it. He supported Suga's decision to share those experiences through music, leading to songs like The Last that helped countless fans feel less alone. When Jimin battled perfectionism and self-doubt, RM created space for those conversations in group settings, showing that leadership means holding space for pain, not just celebrating success. The wisdom behind this approach is profound. Traditional leadership often creates environments where followers compete for approval and hide authentic selves to maintain status. RM's method builds trust through transparency, creating stronger bonds that can withstand external pressure. This emotional intelligence extends to how he handles conflict within the group. Instead of imposing solutions from above, RM facilitates conversations that allow members to work through disagreements themselves. He asks questions, reflects feelings, and helps the group find consensus rather than demanding compliance. During their 2019 hiatus announcement, the group was emotionally and physically exhausted. Other leaders might have pushed through or made unilateral decisions about the group's future. RM recognized that sustainability required honest conversations about individual needs and collective goals. The hiatus wasn't just rest, it was strategic emotional maintenance that allowed them to return stronger. RM's intellectual curiosity shapes BTS's artistic evolution in ways that go far beyond music. He reads philosophy, studies art history, visits museums, and engages with complex social issues. But he doesn't keep this knowledge to himself. He shares discoveries with members, encouraging them to explore their own intellectual interests. This creates a culture where learning is valued alongside performance. V develops his interest in photography and visual arts. Jin explores acting and comedic timing. Jungkook pursues diverse skills from boxing to painting. RM's leadership message is clear: being an artist means being a whole human being, not just an entertainer. The group's concept albums demonstrate this intellectual approach. Albums like Love Yourself and Map of the Soul aren't just collections of songs, they're philosophical journeys that explore psychological concepts, literary references, and universal human experiences. RM guides these projects not as a dictator imposing vision, but as a collaborator helping the group discover what they want to say collectively. When BTS faced racist comments and xenophobia during their rise in Western markets, RM's response revealed another dimension of his wisdom. Instead of responding with anger or defensiveness, he used education and bridge building. He acknowledged cultural differences while standing firm on their values and identity. His fluency in English made him the natural spokesperson, but he never overshadowed other members. Instead, he created opportunities for each member to shine in interviews and public appearances, translating not just language but cultural context to help global audiences connect with each personality. RM's leadership during the pandemic showed his ability to adapt and innovate under pressure. When touring stopped and normal promotional activities became impossible, he helped the group pivot to digital connection in meaningful ways. Online concerts, virtual fan meetings, and social media content weren't just business strategies, they were genuine attempts to maintain emotional connection with fans worldwide. The Dynamite era proved that artistic integrity and commercial success aren't mutually exclusive when leadership prioritizes both authenticity and strategic thinking. RM supported the group's decision to record their first fully English song while ensuring it still reflected BTS's core message of joy and resilience. Perhaps most importantly, RM understands that sustainable leadership means preparing others to lead. He doesn't hoard decision-making power or maintain dependence. Each member has grown into leadership roles within their areas of strength. J-Hope leads dance and performance energy. Suga drives musical production and creative direction. Jin provides emotional stability and group cohesion. This distributed leadership model creates resilience that traditional hierarchical structures lack. When one member struggles, others can step up. When decisions need to be made, multiple perspectives contribute to better outcomes. RM's wisdom extends to understanding the temporary nature of their current success. He regularly talks about life after BTS, encouraging members to develop individual identities and interests that will sustain them beyond group activities. This isn't planning for failure, it's recognizing that healthy relationships allow space for individual growth. The solo projects each member has pursued showcase this philosophy in action. RM's own mixtapes explore personal themes and artistic experiments that complement rather than compete with group work. He celebrates other members' individual successes without jealousy or possessiveness, modeling the security that comes from knowing your own worth. His leadership during military enlistment discussions demonstrated long-term strategic thinking combined with respect for individual autonomy. Rather than pressuring members to make collective decisions about timing, he supported each person's right to choose their own path while maintaining group unity. What sets RM apart from other leaders isn't just intelligence or talent, it's emotional maturity that allows him to hold complexity without forcing simple solutions. He can acknowledge success while staying humble, celebrate individual achievements while maintaining group cohesion, and pursue artistic integrity while achieving commercial success. The global impact of his leadership extends far beyond entertainment. Young people worldwide have adopted BTS's messages of self-acceptance, social consciousness, and authentic expression. These aren't empty marketing slogans, they're values that RM lives and models daily. His UN speeches, charity work, and social media presence consistently reinforce themes of education, mental health awareness, and youth empowerment. He uses platform and privilege to amplify important causes without performative activism or shallow virtue signaling. RM's legacy won't just be the music BTS created or the records they broke. It will be the proof that leadership through wisdom, vulnerability, and genuine care creates more sustainable success than power, control, and ego. He's shown that being a leader doesn't mean having all the answers, it means asking better questions. It doesn't mean being perfect, it means being honest about imperfection. It doesn't mean controlling others, it means creating conditions where everyone can thrive. In a world that often equates leadership with domination, RM demonstrates that true influence comes from service, growth, and authentic connection. His wisdom lies not in knowing everything, but in remaining curious, compassionate, and committed to collective flourishing. That's how Kim Namjoon leads BTS, and that's why their impact will endure long after the music stops playing. New BTS updates every day. Subscribe and stay tuned.